Yo, what is up, everybody? Everybody and everyone. Shad PS4 running with a 4060. 1660 Super running at 47 FPS. Is Bloodborne PC. 2 months ago, tests 4K 60 and beyond. My PC remaster mod is my love letter to Bloodborne. It's almost finished. 1 hour? What? From Soft
Hello.
Serve.
Welcome back to From Soft Serve. We're back in Bloodborne, where I've put out version 0.99.7 of my PC remaster mod. I'm running out of numbers because I'm kind of pushing off version 1.0 as long as I can of like anything left to do and bug fixes like light leak and more textures to upscale and more material work. But the mod is almost done. Which for me is a rarity. But I'm basically trying to finish up
What is this?
what I currently want to do with Bloodborne because the path tracing update for Dark Souls 2 lighting engine is coming soon. That's all I know. I don't know when, but like I know it's being tested.
I looked into that a little bit.
It's in like you could consider it like a release candidate stage, so it's getting close to where I can lose my life to Dark Souls 2 again and go back to basically do an entire rework of my Second Sin mod for Dark Souls 2.
So is this Dark Souls, but he's modeled Bloodborne into it?
I went through every single area again, and I adjusted the SSAO, because in the last video I talked about
it's a Bloodborne.
How I had basically the built-in SSAO for the game. I had tweaked the settings for it in the G-Param to sort of get rid of the noisiness or try to tamp down on that to where it's essentially just clearer. And I went a little overboard on the actual map-wide AO values. So those are now reduced to more normal levels, and I think it should blend in better. But yeah, let's I just want to basically teleport to of the game. So it does anti-aliasing. G-Param visual config.
Because this looks like Dark Souls 3 level.
It's just, of course, they upgrade it with each
of graphics.
It started with Bloodborne.
Bloodborne came out before Dark Souls 3, right?
Technically, the G-Params are very much, it seems, based on Dark Souls 2's filter params, as far as like
CS2's clip update.
Counter-Strike's reloading has been changed. Instead of having a reserve pool of bullets that magically transport themselves to the gun every time you reload, you now just have a bunch of reserve magazines, and you can only reload the weapon that many times. This will encourage people to be more tactical in their reloading.
Whoa.
No more reloading just because you've got 29 bullets left and it's triggering your OCD, because once you reload, those 29 bullets are lost forever. This makes the guns work more like they do in real life and forces you to be more mindful about when and if you reload. It is a bit of a shame that you just drop whatever was in the magazine onto the floor, so wasteful. In games like Ready or Not, you keep hold of your half-filled magazine, so if you run dry and get desperate later on into the match, you can reload one of the half-depleted magazines.
That is a pretty significant change.
Discarded earlier. But I guess the rounds in Counter-Strike, being so much shorter than having to raid those damn houses in Ready or Not, means there isn't so much time for this kind of complex mechanic. But hopefully we'll get some exciting moments towards the end of drawn-out rounds where players will be teasing out shots from the enemies, knowing that their ammo is running low and that they can't just keep running back into cover to reload up to a full magazine again. So the rule is, only reload if you're actually low on ammo or are about to get into a large engagement where you might need a full magazine. Back in the early days for Counter-Strike, you'd have no reserve ammo whatsoever. Back in CS 1.6 and before, what the gun came loaded with was all you had. So you had to buy your weapon,
I really wonder how
then
this
you had to spam a
turn
bunch
out.
of ammo buy buttons to fill up on a bunch of clips.
This is actually the biggest CSGO change to ever happen. CS2 change to ever happen. Might have to hop on CS for this.
In CSGO's era, they experimented with restricting ammo again by introducing the 20-bullet M4A1S, which added a bit of a gamble for players to bet on in exchange for slightly improved accuracy from those limited 20 shots. And then a few years ago, the AUT was dropped from 10 to just 5 bullets per clip, Because how many times did you ever find yourself running out of bullets with that gun before? So the AWP has been especially impacted in recent years by having its magazine capacity halved, and now it's seen its reserve ammunition dropped from 30 down to just 2 magazines, meaning that you could, in theory, run out of ammunition for the AWP in just 7 shots. Because this change hasn't just changed reserve ammo to complete magazines, it has also changed the total amount of bullets that each gun comes with. And there have been some winners and a lot of losers. You can see all the changes in this very handy little spreadsheet. Props to Glittering Map for their efforts here. The biggest winners are guns like the CZ75, which now come with 2 reserve magazines instead of just 1. And also the Galil, which previously came with 90 reserve bullets, while it now comes with 140, which sounds like a strange amount, but bear in mind that this gun uses 35 bullets per magazine. So how did having 90 reserve ammunition before make sense? This new system is much more logical. This update generally gives the win to cheaper rifles, which now tend to have more reserve magazines than the more expensive ones do. So if you use them correctly, then you'll be able to fire off more shots than you could before. And even if you don't, then it'll still give you more leeway than the more expensive and popular rifles do, which plays into these guns' roles as an easier weapon for newer players to use without getting stung by the game's complex accuracy and now ammo management mechanics. But this update also adjusts the balance between the game's most popular rifles, with the M4A4 pulling ahead of the AK-47 in this regard by sporting an extra
What does Counter-Strike 2 even do?
Compared with the AK-47's 3. Meanwhile, as usual, the M4A1S suffers by having the same 3 reserve magazines, but since they each only have 20 bullets, users of the M4A1S will always be on the back foot compared with AK-47 and M4A4 users. The Scout used to come with 100 bullets in total. Is there even enough time to fire off that many during a round? You might as well just give it unlimited at that point. So its previous 90 reserve ammunition has now
I used to watch
2 clips of 10.
No, I used to.
Quite a drop.
I was watching Onipixel
Pistols
recently.
have also had their
They
reserve
changed how
ammo
gambling works
significantly
in
reduced,
Germany,
with the
so now you can no longer
5.7
open
and the
cases in
dual
Germany, I
links,
think.
which now don't make any sense anymore with
You have to buy those
update, since they
contracts.
have 2 reserve magazines,
Or those
but
terminals,
since
they're
both
actually called.
guns serve as one pool of ammunition,
So it's like,
it means you can still
the difference
reload
is,
both these guns
you
twice.
use the
So I
terminal,
don't think users
but
of
you
these
get like,
guns will struggle too
well,
much with this
you get
update.
5
I just find
chances
it
to
fun.
get
If
something
you reload
in
and
one
switch
terminal.
away at the right time, you can drop the magazine on the floor without actually losing a magazine from the gun, which could trick other players into thinking you're running low on magazines when actually you're not. Unlimited magazine drop bug. And aside from the mag-loaded Mag 7 shotgun...
Terminal explained. Maybe this can explain it better.
This is the new Genesis terminal in CS2. It lets you talk to the arms dealer, who offers you 1 skin at a time, up to 5 in a row. All of these skins come from the brand new Genesis collection. No knives, no gloves, just weapon skins. Some cost just a few cents, but a StatTrak M4 in minimal...
Here we go again. Give me gold, give me gold, give me gold. Last one.
I thought they just said there was no gold.
Yes, we're doing business. Give me gold, you piece of... No. Next. Gold. Oh my god! Oh my... 57 bucks? I have to take that, or? No gem? What? Alright, timeout. I want to say that that's really cool how only good conditions have a gem, but I ain't happy about it right now, because mine is well worn and doesn't have a gem. Well, I guess we found out. Here we go.
It's a nice skin, to be honest. Wait, let me check the... What am I doing? Check the market. Why is it in dollars? Oh, now it's in pounds. £8. Do you need a key for this? Sealed dead hand terminal. Wait, how come cases have gone down a lot? Or have they? The kilowatt case. Is this like a CS2 case? If they look like this, is this a CS2 case? And the old ones, this is a CSGO case. It's got CSGO on it. Sealed Genesis. Why is that one 43p? I don't get it. So is this an old? Yeah, there's no knife. Does this one get a knife? Ah, so they finally added knives to these? Should I gamble a bit? X-Ray P250. Easy for ants, budar, pants. Baby no money, you mad. If I heard that shit after I got fucked in a round, I'd definitely be mad. The fuck is this? The armory? What is this battle pass nonsense? A fever case is only 2 stars? Is this an old case? Warp pinch stream? That looks nice. Bad trip? That's like whatever. It's alright. You know, that one's alright. I fuck with this AK, I fuck with it. Whatever. Whatever. That one's nice. That one's alright. That one's whatever. Whatever. Yeah, it's just gonna be blues. That's a nice blue though. They have the P2000 and the USP. I actually fuck with this M4. I really like that. Death by puppy. Wildfire. The wildfires in this case? I swear that's an old skin. Glove case, Spectrum case, Operation Hydro case, Spectrum 2, Clutch, Horizon, Danger Zone, Prisma, Patched Web, Prisma 2. Yeah, I know all of these cases. I know all of them apart from the CS20 case and then these 3. I think these are CS2 cases. I'm not really familiar with these CS2 cases. Yeah, because you got his use skin in here. That's definitely a CS2 case. So I'm guessing the latest one is this Fever case. Okay, that's cool and all, but what was the terminals? I want to know a little bit about the terminals. What has happened? My fucking everything just went black. Cool. New Genesis terminal, 6 months ago.
A new CS2 update dropped today with the brand new Genesis collection, which came with the new Genesis terminal. So I'm going to explain you exactly how it works and the secrets behind it. The way this new terminal works is pretty simple. You get it in the weekly drops and you can choose to open it or sell it. Yes, it is tradable and marketable, so you can also buy it off the Steam market or just sell it whenever you get it. This is kind of a new CS2 case. Let's think of it this way. You can choose to unseal it, which is free, and after you open it, you have the usual case background with the skins. After this, if you choose to unseal it, you get this new menu with a laptop where the arms dealer will talk to you and basically offer you deals. These deals are random and each one will give you a specific skin, which you can either choose to buy it or just skip it to try and get a better one if you don't like the one that is offering. You can do this up to 5 times per terminal, so you basically get 5 chances at the wear of the skin. It's called a rarity. Skins costing a few cents and one up to a few hundred, so there's that. Oh, and you also get more XP when buying the skin, which is a bit weird, but I guess sure. And after you unseal a terminal, you have this sort of expiry date, so after the timer ends, the terminal will be removed from your inventory and you can't get any of these skins anymore. As for the skins that you get from this terminal, they are all tradable and marketable and sellable after the 7-day cooldown ends, and you can also use them in trade ups, so ultimately they work the same way. I personally think that they did this in advance to stay safe against potential gambling regulations in the future. CS2 cases aren't the cleanest in that regard, so a system like this where you actually see the skin and buy it directly looks just much better. With this update, they also seem to be getting cases out of the weekly drops slowly, as the fracture case seems to have been removed in order.
So CS has no cases anymore? I mean, they've got the old cases, but they don't have the... They don't have new ones. Anyhow, I'm going to stream that. Thank you guys for watching. I know it was really short, but I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.